Legion Tactical Cutlery.
Hold the line!
Hey everyone, how you guys doing? It's Grugs here, Legion Tactical Cutlery. Welcome back, troops, legionnaires, and new recruits. As always, appreciate you guys checking out my videos. All right, in front of you, you see the BigCat Roar. It's a handmade tracker, and it's called the Black Jaguar. Let's get into it. All right, troops, legionnaires, new recruits, what are you guys EDCing today? What are you carrying? I am carrying my dispatch knives drop point float folder. This is a great knife. Been using it outdoors, cutting up some rope and some wood. I have to do a review on this, but let me know what you guys got in your pockets. Veterans, active military, as always, thank you very much for your service. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys and gals. You always have a place here on this channel. Thank you again and enjoy the video. All right, troops, let's go over some quick specs. We're looking at an overall length of 12 inches, a blade length of 6.65 inches. It is a completely D2 steel handmade knife, okay? Full tang. Handle length, we're looking at 5.50 inch, and those are micarta handles in black. Weight of the knife is 16 ounces. Now, they say that this is a tracker knife. We're going to put it to the test. Let's do a close-up. All right, Legionnaires, the sun is shining. It's bright. Got a good view of this knife. Let's do a close-up. Okay, now, I'm not a big fan of Pakistani knives, okay? Plain and simple. There maybe is one that surprised me, but for the most part, I'm not a big fan. That doesn't mean that the knife doesn't work, okay? So we're looking at this huge tracker style blade. As you could see, it's got the saw teeth back there. We're going to test it out and see if it'll make a notch. All right. It's got this little skinning area, which is has a sharp 90-degree spine. And we'll see if we can do a Legion light up and do some sparking. It's got some jimping over here. It is a little on the aggressive side, but not bad. All right. You have a hole here and a guard, okay, in case you wanted to, tie this on a pole to get a spear going, if that was the need. All right, it is full tang. Does have a lanyard hole, and it is protruding tang. From what I could see, the micarta is done very well. It's a little thin, in my opinion, okay, but we're going to test it out with some gloves and see how this works out. The tang is very smooth, so at least they did that right. One thing I don't like is the grind lines of this blade, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, they are uneven. Even though they say it's handmade, it is no excuse in my opinion, especially when I have purchased many knives from Amazon, such as Comwero, Ned Foss, etc., that are producing way better knives than this right here for the same price. Okay, let's take a look at the other side. I think the design is wicked. I'm loving the design. Okay, and if a knife maker would make this in like 3V with proper grind lines, etc., man, oh man, this would be fantastic. But as it stands, it's a cool design. Okay, another thing that I want to make everybody aware, that quarter round is not quarter round. I doubt I will be making feather sticks with this. Okay, that's another problem that I have with this knife. Still, all in all, a cool design. 60 bucks, I'll leave it up to you guys after the testing. Do your own research and, let me know in the comments below what you guys and gals think. All right, let's take a look at the sheath. Something else I really don't like, and I don't know if there's a tracker knife sheath that's really nice or not. Maybe you guys can comment below, but it's okay. I think it's adequate. Okay, you could set it up in a scout carry. I would rather have a loop over here to have a vertical carry, or carrying on my belt with a dangler possibly. Okay, if you take a look at the pouch, it just seems like it just they cut out pieces and they just formed a loop. So not my favorite sheath, but not bad. Okay, now apparently they do say that it's guaranteed 100% warranty. I'm assuming that is normal use. That's the knife inside the sheath. I mean, it's not so bad looking, but I don't know if this would hold up the test of time like something like Kydex. Okay, it does have a little loophole here for a ferro rod. It seems kind of tight and small. And I'm sure it would, somebody wouldn't be able to make it work. Again, not my favorite. All in all, I still love the design, troops. I love the design. But there's testing to be done, so let's get to it, okay? The mission, troops, is to test that log right there. I'm going to chop it up now. Disclaimer, I repeat, I do not know how to use a Trakker knife. So I'm just going to do some regular testing, and I'll leave the judging up to you guys whether this is something that you'd want to purchase or not. All right, let's get to work. All right, Legionnaires, let's see what she can do. With the gloves, feels good, positive grip, no problem. I got a nice hard piece of wood, seasoned. Let's see what we can do. Now, when I first got this knife, the grind lines were horrible. So I pretty much took it to a Work Sharp Ken Onion sharpening system, and I got it pretty decent. Okay, shaving paper and pretty sharp. So that's another thing that I wanted to let you guys and gals know about this knife. Okay, don't expect it to be like the best sharpened knife out of the box once you get this knife, if that's what you decide. But so far so good, and it does look like it's doing some work. It's doing the job. Let's start a little new area. Very comfortable in the hand, even with the gloves. I don't feel any hand shock. And it's biting in, as you can see, look. So that's good. So at least my sharpening skills are pretty decent. And you got to admit, I don't know how many of you own the Ken Onion sharpening system, but that is pretty good for amateurs. At least that is my opinion, troops. Okay. Now I am using just the round part right over here for the chopping, and it's working out. Still biting in. Okay, that's good. Get that nice and deep. Troops, if I'm not gabbing, it's because I'm concentrating. I don't want an accident again. So bear with me on the when it gets quiet. But I definitely don't feel like going to the emergency room again. So just being a little bit more safe and not taking anything for granted. I mean, yeah, so far so good. The edge that I put on looks like it's good. No issues yet, so let's just keep on going. Definitely taking out chunks. You know, once you get it nice and solid on the stump over here, you can get some really, really deep and good bites. Yeah, we're almost there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm I'm loving this area of the Legion outpost. It's really nice. It's nice and quiet. Nobody used that wood pile this weekend, which is a huge surprise. But I got a nice little setup over here, troops. And the good news is that I could bring it to you. Give you a little taste of the outdoors. All right, look at that all the way around. Pretty good, no problems with the handle, hand shock. Just checking the edge. No, we're looking good with the edge. So, when I took it to the Ken Onion, I think I made more of a, convex grind than whatever other grind these guys had on here. I don't remember. But troops, it wasn't very good at all. All right, cool, there we go. Nice piece of hardwood, and it chopped right through. All right, great, let's do some batoning. All right, let's do it. I'm using the whole blade to do the batoning, not just that round part in the front. So let's see. Make sure I get it safely in there. Well, that worked. That worked real well. You know what? Let's see what I could do here with this knot. There we go. Whoa! Whoa! Well, that worked. That worked real well too. Okay, right through the knot. Pretty good, pretty good. Kind of feel gypped. All right. Looking good, troops. It's a nice little piece maybe for a feather stick. Let's process this even further. All right. Here's some nice sticks. Let's see. Seems to be curling up in the front area. So it's still pretty sharp. All right, I am still satisfied with the way this is working out. But I don't know, I don't know why, but I kind of feel gypped. So I'm going to get another piece of wood to do some batoning with. Just so I show you, I got a really nice dense log. It's got some knots. Let's do some vertical batoning. What do you say? All right. So I've got half of this part over here, half of this roundish part over here. Let's see if we can go through this. Look at that split. That's cool. Let's hit some of this rear area. Check it out. Look at that. Okay. That's looking pretty good. Check that out. I feel better now, I got to tell you. Let's do a little bit more batoning when we put this on the floor. Before I continue, yeah, the blade looks good. Still looking good. Gonna use the whole thing again. Yeah, it's splitting right through. All right, good. Let's see the control. Yeah, pretty good. I mean, it's doing the job. Definitely doing the job. There's a nice flat piece. That's a nice little piece right there. Let's try some. Let me put this on the floor. Oops, almost lost that. Let's do some batoning against the grain. Let's see what this is going to do for us. All right. Okay, that's one. Let's do it all. Tell you what, those teeth are really digging into my baton. So that's interesting. Oh. Okay, that's another chunk. I'm going to pick those up for you guys later and show you. Let's do this one. All right, I'm letting it have it. Last piece. And then we'll take a look at the blade. All right, very cool. And the blade, she's looking straight. Okay, I'll show you guys as best as I can. Oh man, what a glare. It's such a glare. I hope you guys could see that, but that blade is pretty straight. No issues, no problems. All right, let's move on. All right, Legionnaires, just a real quick example before we move on of proof that this knife is doing a good job, even though it's made in Pakistan. But I got to pat myself on the back on resharpening those edges. But it did a good job, and it's holding up so far. And, you know, let's keep moving, man. All right, troops, let's test a little sharpness. I found some of this, this rope on the floor. Looks like some pretty thick natural rope. Let's give it a go. Why let it go to waste, you know? I also found a nice long stick on the floor, chopped it up, made a half out of this one, broke this one over here with this knife. Pretty good, pretty good. So, no problem. Okay, do it a couple times. All right, chop. Cut. Let's do a little chop. All right, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to save this rope for future testing. And let's see, with the round part, because that's what I've been using the most, I just want to show that it is still sharp. Okay. I'm making some curls. So that's good. Now I want to use this part over here. I guess the convex really isn't biting in as much as I want, but it's still doing it, as you can see. There we go. It's got to get the right angle. Got to get used to the knife too, because this is basically the first time I'm using this blade. But as you can see, it's doing it. So it's sharp. Let's test this out. It's looking good. Just taking off the bark. All right. That's half of the stick. Let's see. Taking off the bark. It's a little wet. Maybe it was a fresh piece. Okay. So it took off the bark real nice and easy. All right, so it's doing it. Now, I just want to try the quarter round. That's not really a quarter round. Let's see, if we could make some feathers out of it. Oh, look at that. Looks like it's doing it. Interesting, because that is definitely not rounded off. Okay, but it seems to be working. Maybe it was due to my, resharpening this blade a little bit. But look at that. Very cool. I'm actually surprised. I really am. I didn't think it was going to work. Okay, that's pretty awesome. I really didn't think that was going to work, troops. When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But yes, so far so good. You know what? I'm kind of curious to see a little bit drier piece of wood, what it would do. So let me find something. But as you can see, pretty good here. A little bit drier piece of wood. This is one of the original pieces that I first baton with. Let's see if I can make individual curls with this one. Yeah, it's doing it. Maybe not the prettiest. Let me just get rid of this piece right over here. Maybe not the prettiest curls, but she's doing it, so it's sharp on the harder piece of wood. Oh, you know what? Let's try. Let me do it this way. Hold on a second. Let's try this. All right. Trying the bottom part first, so it's doing it. Nice dry piece of wood. It is definitely making the curls. Let's try over here. This top part. Looking good. I just wanted to try a little bit drier piece, troops. You know what I'm saying? Because that other piece was so wet, it just seemed too easy. And when it's too easy, it always puts a question mark in my mind. All right, so that's not bad. That's not bad. Now, kind of curious the quarter round how it works on a dry piece of wood. See? Okay, it's kind of doing it. Get that out of the way. Not as well as that other wetter piece or newer piece of wood. So yeah, I mean, it worked on that other piece. It didn't work on this one as well. It's still capable of doing it though. So I don't know. I am surprised, and I'm pretty happy about that. So this is a nice little pile of curls right here that this knife made. So check. As far as I'm concerned, pretty good. All right, troops. I just want to try this notch or this saw. See if I can make some kind of a notch. It's not very sharp, but let's see. It's doing something. I'm even going on angles, different angles here. It's doing a little something. Nothing significant, nothing like it's really biting in, but I guess it's better than nothing. But maybe an improvement would be to, sharpen up this these saw blades a little bit. Different pattern, I'm not sure. But as you can see, it's doing a little bit, nothing significant. Let's see over here by the angle. of the stick. It's okay. Not that big of a deal. Okay. In any case, as you can see, it's a small notch. It's not that big of a deal, but it did it. Not great, but the rest of the knife is still doing pretty good so far. All right, troops, one last test, tip test, okay? I got a pretty nice flat piece of wood. Who knows, maybe something could use as one of those charcoal boards for you know, bow drills. So I'm just going to test out the tip. Okay, that was nice, deep, and I slammed it in there. Tip looks good so far. Let me do it again. All right. You can hear I'm slamming this thing in there. Here comes the chunks. Beautiful. Whoops. All right. I mean, it's doing it, and see for yourself. That tip looks straight. I'll try and zoom in on that when I'm editing, but that tip looks straight. Let's do another divot. I'll make sure that you guys know I ain't bullshitting anybody. I am walking the walk, not talking any kind of talk. And I have to say, again, this tip test comes out okay. I was wrong about this knife. I guess this is another decently made Pakistani knife, although, you know, BigCat Roar, the grind lines could be way freaking better. All right, you know, take a look at your competitors out there as far as I'm concerned, and see what's available for the same price. Okay, let's keep on going here. Ugh. All right, that's nice and deep. I'm curious about this bark. All right, that's good. All right, you know what? I'm good. It's hot out here. I'm sweating like a farm animal. I'm good to go, man. That's a good knife, whether I like it or not. All right. I guess for 60 bucks, it's not so bad. But yeah, man, it's time to conclude. All right, troops, what can I say? This knife was stellar. It did a good job, Pakistani or not. So, but I did walk the walk here. I did a lot of work. This is part 2 of working with this knife. Again, I'm not a bushcraft expert, nor am I an expert in tracking knives. But I know for a fact I gave you guys a glimpse of what this knife could possibly do. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below. And you know what? If you want it, buy it. You know what I'm saying? Do a little bit more research on this knife. But it did a fine job, man. So, yeah, eating my words on this one. All right, troops, legionnaires, new recruits, as always, appreciate you guys. I want to bring awareness to everybody. Hashtag 22 a day. Hashtag 22 a day no more. There are veterans and active military out there that once they get out of the service, they do face a lot of challenges. And unfortunately, one of these challenges is suicide, ladies and gentlemen. So at the end of this video, stop on the slides, take a look, and read a heartfelt message from a Vietnam veteran, Martin Miller. Okay, also this will be in the comment section and description section. Please seek the help that you guys have earned and deserved. Don't forget, let me know what is in your pocket. All right, like, share, subscribe this. Appreciate you guys as always. Thanks very much. All right, troops, at the ready. Hold the line. Take care. Legionnaires!